Right, ladies and gentlemen,
Let's see
we
how it
are
goes.
live.
Yes, people, we're live. We're here for Spain versus France. It's an absolute big one. Lots and lots to talk about. But before we do, let's get our stuff covered on the stream. First of all, shout out to Cranky. A big up to him. He's hit 1,000 already on his channel. And that means that if you already subscribed to Cranky, then you'd already know that. If you're not, get over there and subscribe to Cranky's channel. Second thing, everybody, is Gary, our own Gary, the coach, has been going through some illness, so he can't join us today. He's in the chat. You can see him here. He's just said, I want Spain to win. And so Gary's not well at the moment, so I want you to put your prayers in for him, and let's give him some much-needed blessing as well. So shout out to you, Gary. Tony, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, it's the pugilist boy. Yeah, I've come back. Football is back on the scene. I mean, what can I say, Apollo and Cranky? I mean, I've kind of taken a hiatus away from football following the end of the season. I haven't really been taking a big interest in the championships, that being the Euros and the Copa America, until the quarterfinal stage. But now we're at the semifinals. I'm fully invested, and I think we've got some amazing games scheduled in the next 2 days, both here and in the USA, where the Copa America is being played. Over to you, Cranky. How are you feeling?
I have not taken a break like the players. Unlike Tony, I have not taken a break. I've been going all year. So I need a break. So when the players are taking their break, I may just take mine, except preseason will start for Arsenal. So there's no break in the season. So I need some empathy and sympathy for not getting a break. But no, I'm looking forward to the games, actually. Neither France or England have played well throughout the entire tournament, and they're in the semis. Spain has been the team that everyone has lauded about their play and how well they have played. So I'm curious to see how France... I'm picking France to win this game, frankly, because I just think their defense is exceptional. And I don't think Spain's defense is exceptional, actually, because they haven't really been tested. And we'll see how that works if Mbappe... I haven't seen the starting lineup. Is Dembele starting?
Yeah.
He needs to start Dembele. I know people criticize Dembele, what he doesn't do, but I can see what he does do. If he makes good decision in the final third, it's a different game for them.
There you go, Bertram.
I think Dembele will be the difference maker today. And we talked about this yesterday, Tony. Mbappe and Dembele on the wings is a different kettle of fish than Mbappe trying to play the 9. Actually.
Yeah, I mean, the X factor to me is Kolo Muani, because he needs to be that Giroud replacement. We talked about this yesterday on your channel, and France have struggled since obviously Giroud is in the squad, but he's clearly not got the legs to compete at the level that he needs to now. And effectively, for tournaments gone by, he's their top scorer, but he's also their gel in terms of the way they make moves as a front three. And Kolo Muani is being tasked with having to be that gel today.
Yeah, look, I mean, Spain is a favorite. They have been the most impressive team throughout the tournament, but we're now in crunch time. I think France has underwhelmed throughout the tournament, but I think they have the offensive potency and the defensive capability to give Spain a very difficult game. So it should be a good game.
Let's look at the French team, the Spanish team.
It's all right. I got it on there already, Tony.
Oh, I like the faces, because sometimes the names are there, but we can't really, remember who's who. So I do like the faces, but it's pretty much as we expected. The right back.
No, Tony. Look at right back.
Yeah, the right back is a 38-year-old gentleman by the name of Jesus Navas, who we're all familiar with from the Premiership. It's interesting that the guy slightly ahead of him, Lamine Yamal, is half his age. We got a 16-year-old and a 38-year-old.
He's more than two times his age. And he's normally a right winger, actually, Navas, right? He's a nominal right winger can play wing back. I don't see him as a right back. It should be interesting. And he's going to be against Mbappe. Am I correct? It's going to be a long.
Could be
regardless of who he's playing against, it's going to be a long afternoon. It's going to be a long afternoon.
And I mean, interestingly, we got a matchup on the other side with Cucurella facing Dembele. I mean, Cucurella's had a great championships. You know, he's played inverted left back, and he's looked very good in the role. But I think his foraying upfield will be curtailed by the presence of Dembele, who will be a constant threat.
Apollo said Dembele hasn't played well, but the last game when he came in Apollo, he looked really good.
He looked good. He did. So I'm expecting, to be honest with you, when you consider how bad, France not scoring a goal from open play in the whole tournament, they can't get any worse. And it seems like, from my perspective, they've been improving game on game. Now, for France, Griezmann and Camavinga have both been benched in this game. After they win against Portugal. And Rabiot, he returns from suspension, so he starts in the midfield. Ousmane Dembele, he comes in, so he starts. So that's why I think what Cranky was talking about is definitely going to have an impact in this game. But for me, I've gone for Spain 2-1 in this game. And they've only gone, I think they've had 3 changes, it looks like. Pedri's been ruled out for the rest of the tournament. He had a knee injury. Lamonde and it's Cavalli are both suspended. So Jesus Neves, he comes in at left back. Nacho starts at centre back, and Elmo lines up at the number 10 role behind Morata. And say what you want about Morata, guys, but he's getting the job done. It might not be the goals, but his hold up play and his link play and the crossovers he's playing, as well as the overlaps, is really helping that team spring to life. So I'm going for Spain on this one, guys.
I think people, if you drop your predicted scores in the chat, let's see what you come up with. Let's see if we can accumulate because a lot of people are picking Spain. I'm picking France. They're the underdog. I like an underdog. So we'll see how it goes, actually.
Yeah, so I'm going for the France win. We spoke again.
This cannot be right, people. Tony and I do not agree on anything. Well, things have been changing up late.
You're clearly coming over to my side of the fence, Frankie. You don't even realize it. I'm wearing you down. I'm actually impregnating myself into your psyche.
Don't use that term. There are Jamaicans on the stream. Don't use that term.
Hey, listen, don't let Tony get Randy Savage on you, Don't let him get Randy Savage on you. Guys, the most amazing stat is Mbappe, 20 shots in the whole tournament and only 1 on target.
Wow. That's hard to do.
Talking about stats, guys, I've got a couple there for you to look over very quickly. We're nearly at the start of the game. The guys are getting ready to kick off.
It's off, actually.
So interesting. Top speed. The two players at the top are France and Spain. Of course, there's no England representative in that top 10 list. And the players with the most dribbles, Mbappe and Dembele are in there. Yamal is up there as well.
And our boy Nico Williams at number 9.
And there's another stat for you. So we're off.
Okay, so let's go to the guys in the chat. 18, big up Cranky. It's Tony and Apollo. I said, Gary said Spain to win. Shout out to Toki, the true blue. He says, bless up Cranky. So shout out to him. Emerson, we love you like cooked food, Emerson. This evening, Apollo and Cranky B. Cranky B, man's coming in with the Cranky B. We're going to have to talk about that B later on, lads. In Maxim Football says, Cranky, please stop styling Spain as the boss. Well, we're going to find out now, brethren. We're going to find out. He says Spain is the favourites. Goes on to say as well, once they could recover the ball in the midfield. Spain wins. They just have gotten tested by Germany, which is the most would say is the second best team. And they compress a lot, so Mbappe's speed won't be a big factor against Navas. He's going for 2, same as me. He's going for 2-1. Cam, shout out to you. Cam is going for France. He says, I'm going with Cranky. 2-0 to France. 18 is going Spain on penalties. Ramesh 66 is going France 1-0. Emerson says, Apollo, remember, Yamal will play between 55 and 60 due to German law that forbids anyone under 16s that can. Oh, wow.
No, it's not
16,
true.
He's almost 17.
Yeah, it's not true. There is a law, but there's an exception. So, yeah, it's. I know all about what Emerson. Is it Emerson who said it? But he doesn't.
But he's not on a 16. He's on a 17. No, but he's not on a 16. He's on a 17.
Yeah, but in Germany, basically, the at his age, if he was the normal 16-year-old, he wouldn't be allowed to work after. Like 9 o'clock.
He's not working. He's playing. He's not working. He's playing.
Yeah, well, it's his work.
I know. I don't consider playing football work, but anyway, it's another story. Spain is pressing high, actually. It's interesting. When you press high, you leave yourself vulnerable for the ball over the top. It'll be interesting how that works, actually, with 2 dangerous wingers and 2 fast wingers.
Gary saying as well, what's this cranky bee business? Listen, in my rock rhythm, in my boss rhythm, proper rhythm in my boss. It'd be interesting to see how Spain deal with France, because when I watch England and when I watch other teams, there's not a lot of pressing, guys. This is why people say international football is boring. Because they don't put teams under pressure like you do in the Premier League. I've started seeing England do it a bit in the second half in the last game against Switzerland, which, quite frankly, why weren't they doing it from the first game? If the game is too slow and you don't pressurize teams, you're allowing them to come at you and play they want to play. You're not upsetting the status quo, and that's why it's really strange, and I don't understand why international teams don't do it. So at the moment, let's see what happens. Guys, I'm on 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Where are you at?
3:58, 3:59, 4.
4:27.
All right. I'm on IPTV, and I'm going to have to swap.
I'm on the BBC iPlayer.
Oh, yeah, you're streaming. That's why.
Let's see then. Let's see. Let's switch to iPlayer.
Oh, Spain just missed a sitter. Actually, been 1-0. Wow, that was a simple chance.
We're seeing Dani Olmo building up through the middle, comes out to Nico Williams and Cucurella. Cucurella inside.
Ball crossing to Dani Olmo from Yamal.
Nicky Williams with the cross comes all the way across to Yamal. Yamal, edge of the box, corner. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, headed it over the line. Shout out to Vincey. What's going on, bro?
Should have been 1-0. Should have been 1-0 Spain.
That
was an easy chance.
Big up.
Pure love.
I think Tony could score this, even at your advanced age, so you could score that.
I believe I could, my friend.
Yeah. That was an easy chance.
I mean, he got that all wrong, didn't he? He got his,
you just had to head it down. You have to do a lot. Just head it down.
Yeah.
Hey, Vincey, how you doing?
I'm not bad, Stan. Apollo T. Good evening, gents. Good evening, family. It's poor miss. It's the standard of this tournament. Some of these finishing is a bit.
It's interesting because there doesn't appear to be globally a glut of strikers. You kind of expect there to be a wealth of strikers at the top end of a competition like this.
Oh, got to get a better pass than that. Come on, Muani. He should have been in on goal.
Tony, do you think that's a reflection of the state of how managers are taking the game forward, where, as we used to know, the conventional strikers used to dominate the games? Now it's the number 10s and wingers who are getting in these positions. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, here's a France. France was through. They put Mbappe through. Check, guys. I'm on 6 minutes and 30 seconds now. I've changed to BBC iPlayer.
Okay, you're 5 seconds ahead of me. So basically, sorry, Vincey, in response to your question, I mean, football players, the best will rise to the top. It's interesting you mentioned what you said, because I think I had the same comment last night with Cranky, where essentially Ronaldinho fell out with the Brazilian Football Association because of his involvement or lack of in the Copa America build-up. And as a result, he came out and he said publicly, this is the worst Brazil team he's ever seen. And I have to say, I have to agree with him. Because Brazil have never looked this bad in my lifetime. Now, could it be because Neymar's not in the team? Well, look at the rest of the team. You know, Endrick, I don't know why they took him. I really don't understand.
He's not ready yet. He's not ready, is he?
Endrick is not even ready. And why would you take Endrick over Richarlison or Gabriel Jesus? You know?
Bo!
So
France 1, Spain 0.
Wow.
Here we go.
Mbappe to Moani. IMAX IT, hold that one.
And that's the first goal from open play for France. You can see here, it works it around the left-hand
I
side.
tell you have two dangerous wingers. It's a different ball game.
60 spot, and then it's too easy.
Yeah.
It's too easy.
Two dangerous wingers is a different game.
That was a great cross, though.
Play
Isn't
down the
Yeah.
sides, different game, different. Let's
Great
see
cross.
let's see what if VAR has anything to say about this, because I think he's onside though.
Great cross.
I mean, so left-hand side, he's got two defenders who are 5 yards. No one's putting pressure on him. They allow him to get the cross in. And then when the cross comes in,
Oh
it's
no,
untested.
Apollo! It's a brilliant cross, Apollo. It's between
Yeah,
two
it
defenders.
Yeah,
he just has the
spots
height on
it,
them.
he
Look,
spots it.
it's a
Yeah.
brilliant cross. It's a brilliant
Yeah.
cross.
Ooh, is he
Yeah.
offside? Is he offside? Ooh,
No,
is he
Yeah,
no,
IMAX. I know you said 2-1, IMAX, but he's not offside.
No,
But
it's not.
he's not offside. IMAX. I know you said
Clearly the
2-1
player is
Spain,
on the edge of the area.
but we're gonna score more than 1 by France.
Yeah, look at that. That's too easy. That's training. That's training. Yeah, Maxi. Yeah, we said 2-1. I know. I said 2-1. Anyway, that means Spain's got to come back and score 2 goals. First goal from open play, guys. I do want to say the one theme that I've noticed in the tournament is that yes, France started slowly. Yes, England started slowly, but as the tournament has gone on, they've started to look better in the midfield, more creative, play with more width, and they're progressing. They're getting stronger as it goes on. We'll know by the end of today and by tomorrow what that's going to look like. But honestly, I think these teams are starting to figure it out.
Yeah.
So Tony, you were saying about I agree. The standard of the Brazil,
Yeah.
team
And I
is
think,
shocking.
I mean, you can look at football as a whole, holistically, and say football just doesn't replicate quality players like we saw in the 80s and 90s. There's not a player in the world that can right now
Rival them.
say he's got the quality of a Zidane or a Pirlo. We haven't got strikers like Alan Shearer, Ian Wright.
I think I've got to go with Cranky on this one. Cranky talked about France, but for me, even though Spain is the informed side, you can't look past France because of the defense. And Spain's midfield is more balanced. Yeah, we know that. But France's kind of workman-like trio, I don't think Spain's got enough up front to put a threat on France's defense. That's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, I mean, there's a hell of a lot of pressure on the two wingers in Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams to deliver, which, to be honest, is probably just a little bit too early. Oh, that was a good delivery in from Yamal.
Yeah.
Almost with the back heel.
Guys, let's leave all the
Spain's
please.
pattern of
Leave it
play,
to
though,
Teach.
is brilliant to watch, isn't it? Their build-up plays
It is. It's fantastic.
I think where Spain have a strength is with Rodri in the midfield. He can shoot. He can pose a threat with his crosses. You know, if Spain take their chances, and they will have chances in these games, they can cause that French defense problems. I'm not a fan of their keeper.
Yeah, it's going to come
Spain's
down to
getting
Nico
chances.
Williams
Actually,
Jr.
they're getting chances. This is their
Yeah.
second chance I've seen them. They're getting chances.
I mean,
Maybe a high-scoring game than we think.
Yeah, Max, it's football says Apollo, maybe Spain, but please don't bet on England to deliver. Yeah, you know what?
I think England will deliver tomorrow, by the way. I'm betting on England tomorrow.
Saka comes home and gets a little bit of a rest. That's all I'm thinking about pre-season right now, baby. Trying to sort that team out.
Oh, Saliba's having a beast of a game. Or tournament, I should say. He really is.
Yeah, would you agree with me, Tom? You know, players today, we look around, the best of the best, not being nearly as good as the best of the best when we look at yesteryear, the 80s, Van Basten's, Hullits, Platinis, you know, they just roll off the tongue. That football was so full of world-class players, George Weah, you know, Maldini, Costa Curta, and now,
yep, see a card.
Yeah, now we just don't have that number of top draw players.
You know what, Tony?
By the way, people, sorry about that. Navas has a yellow card. You cannot be playing right back in this game and have a yellow card this early.
Yeah.
If I was France, I'm just giving the ball to Mbappe and say go with him.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a good tackle? Yeah.
That's what you're talking about. Vincey, you were before me, so you get your say, bro.
Yeah, I was going to say I think the problem is twofold. I think back then we saw young talent, Tony, and they produced throughout the tournament and took tournaments by storm. So they kind of established themselves in the national team. But also the flip side of it, you think about their league football, where they're playing as many games as they're playing now, because you're seeing ability now, and we expect the likes of Mbappe and these youngsters to take this tournament by storm. And then they're showing flashes. So maybe they've got the potential there, but you really want to see them rise into the top in this tournament and really carrying their nation. And across the board, there's no one really. And that's a real concern.
And I'll say that I have seen the same thing applying in the world of boxing, which is obviously my favorite sport. You know, I've mentioned it many a time. Boxers of yesteryear will beat the crap out of boxers of today. You know, we've had Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, and Deontay Wilder ruling the heavyweight division. Not one of them would touch Lennox Lewis for fun. Not one of them would touch Mike Tyson for fun.
So, and this is where, I differ my opinion. The boxing is correct, and that's because boxing hasn't changed. Football has changed a lot. Like, I was talking to a football agent about this last week, and I think that the players of yesteryear, some of them, maybe not the midfielders and strikers, but I think the defenders would struggle because you can't even touch players now. To give you an instance, right? Beckenbauer was one of my favorites. And you saw the way how he used to rough up people. Right now, if you're a defender and you're in the box, you have to play with your two hands tied behind your back. Because if the ball hits your arm, it's a penalty. If you've seen the way centre-backs actually jump up, they jump up on their side, leaning, because they don't want the ball to roll off their shoulder and hit their arm. Like, there's so much. The only sport I can think of is basketball, because once the hand checking rule came in the late 90s, guys were just averaging ridiculous numbers. Like, everybody was averaging 30 points a game. Before that, you'd have maybe 2 or 3 players averaging 30. Now you got like 10, 15 players averaging 30 points a game. Why? Because you're not allowed to defend them. And the way how football is today, where I differ from the opinion is, the defenders of old would like the Tony Adams and the Beckenbauers and all them guys. You can't touch anybody in today's game. But I think that the midfielders and the creative players, they will thrive. They score more goals. You see how Messi and Ronaldo are scoring like 40, 50 goals. Them guys, like Thierry Henry and all them guys, and before that, and Arsenal's greatest, and even the Ian Wrights you can bring into that, them guys would score 40, 50 goals as well. It's ridiculous right now.
One thing I would say though, Apollo, I think there are defenders that probably will stand their ground. You know, the great Maldini didn't need to tackle. You know what I mean? And when he did tackle, you got the ball. Them type of Italian defenders, they've been doing this for years. And I think other European nations have learned from the way how Italy defend. So I think they could probably hold their own against these players now, because the art of defending is natural to Italy in the way how they defended those great games. And you know, you look at that 78 Brazil team, that was, for me, was probably the greatest the team that didn't win because of the way how Italy dismantled them in how they played. So I think there's,
you mean 82?
I think there's the art of the game that's developed, but I think people are now learning from others now. Defending is definitely, you know, the Maldinis.
Yeah, I mean, I would tend to think that defenders of old still would be far better than today's defenders, because, you know, the game was stronger. You know, when you were up against a strong striker, you was up against a strong striker. I mean, you know, think about who you were defending at that time. You know, you were up against, you know, the likes of Pele and, you know, Romario, Bebeto, Ronaldinho. So you had to be a good defender if you're going to play against those guys.
There comes Mbappe, guys. There comes Mbappe. Oh, it's blocked.
Tony, even Baresi, Franco Baresi was so short, but the guy was a lethal defender.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of was the archetypal libero. You know, the word libero, as far as I'm concerned, started and ended with Franco Baresi.
So let me say something. 20 years from now, or 25 years from now, this generation will be talking about Saliba and Van Dijk, like you guys are talking about Baresi and Maldini, and they'll say theirs was the best time and the best players. No doubt in my mind. Just like I hear players saying LeBron is better than Michael, and I can't register that, but I don't realize they're seeing LeBron 24/7 in their time. We saw Michael in our time. It's hard to do that comparison, especially as Apollo alluded to. The rules in basketball have changed dramatically. So we think Michael would average 50 or 60 easily. I think he would average 50 or 45 because the rules have changed. You can't hand check. You can't clothesline me going to the basket. But every generation believes that their generation. Nobody talks about Pele anymore. They don't talk about Maradona. They don't talk about Pele and Maradona. They talk about Messi and Ronaldo, which is amazing to me, because Maradona to me was ridiculous. You win at Napoli by yourself, basically. You win the World Cup in '86. Not by yourself, but probably by yourself a little bit, right? He was a ridiculous player. You're getting stepped on. You have to have major surgery because they try to kill you at Barcelona.
You can use that. You can use that. I mean,
brilliant goal by Yamal. Ball outside the box. Yamal picked his spot, far corner with the left foot. 1-1. IMAX, you may be right.
Ridiculous. He is ridiculous.
Brilliant goal. Keeper had no chance. And that's from outside the box, people. Had no chance.
He's ridiculous. And again, Bertram, the thing I agree with you the most is the Will Chamberlain. But that was the discussion we had a year ago. So that kind of nails it on the head.
Yeah.
One of the guys was asking what top I was wearing. You're embarrassing me with that question. Who is it?
Well, it may not be an Arsenal person. We have people in the chat who are not Arsenal, you know.
Right. Bro, how dare you ask me what top this is? Look at this.
Oh, it's Jamaica top. I didn't even see that.
How you asking me what top this is? Come on, bro.
And you have 101 on it too. So you had 101 printed on your top.
Oh yeah, they're printed on all of them.
Nice. It's the new jersey, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't got one yet, actually.
My name's printed on every single top I own, bro. I got to promote the channel, man. You can't be paid.
I have my own symbol. I'm not wearing it today, but I have my own symbol. I put a bunch of symbol on my clothes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're looking for a logo, let me know, because
you see my logo? That's my logo right there.
Yeah, because
the logo you see there on both sides of me, my logo is prominent.
So you know, my daughter is 3D animation, and she used to do some stuff for Framework, who did my daughter was there when they did the Spider-Man 2 and the Pokemon movie with Ryan Reynolds. So if you watch the 101 intro YouTube channel, my daughter does all that. Yeah,
right.
That's all. That my son does all the singing and the music, but my daughter does all the 3D animation. So if you need any 3D animation work done, let me know.
Okay. So Yamal is the youngest goal scorer in Euros history.
Boy,
you know that guy was blessed by Messi when he was a young baby. You seen photos of it. It's ridiculous.
He transitioned some of that, whatever it is, he gave it to him. He has a lot of it.
Frightening. You know, how can you be that young and play football like that? It's stupid.
And it's not just. I mean, he started at Barcelona.
Pele was a phenom at 15. Michael Owen was a phenom at 15. Wayne Rooney was a phenom at 15. You know, we've seen it many a time.
Yeah, but Wayne Rooney and Pele were men at 15. They weren't boys.
Yeah,
they were built like men. Michael Owen was small, right? Small, but he's not. Yamal's not even compact. He's skinny and slim and tall.
Yeah.
You know, to play that physical, the game is not as physical like Pele did.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be physical. He's a touch player. He's a baller. You know, he knows where to move, how to move.
Keeper had no chance.
But then again, wasn't Mbappe the same when we saw Mbappe young, running up like he's
Mbappe was at that age, but I'm not
a
sure
big man carrying on with the misbehaving on the pitch.
True. 18 says, Apollo, your son's music is lit. Yeah, listen, Vincey's son gets some music done as well. You know, it's like
I become a songwriter. You know, so I need a musician around. I become a songwriter. I can't DJ to save myself. I'm a songwriter.
Tracks, is he?
I'm becoming a songwriter. Yeah, but the DJing stuff is not my forte.
Yeah, it runs through my family. I used to do it back in the 80s. My son. My first son, who's 37, who you lot have met, he's got 2 albums out already, and he spends a lot of time in the studio, and he took about 10 years away from it. But yeah, he's super talented, man. And then my 21-year-old, he's just upcoming right now. He's performing on stage and everything. So, and all of his details, guys, is down. You can see it in the information sections and descriptions on all my videos.
2-0 Spain. Own goal by Conde. Spain is destroying them.
I told you it would be 2-1 Spain, man.
I changed my pick. I'm picking Spain.
Yeah, I said it would be Spain.
Yeah. Well, maybe we have to get.
That was a bad goal because the defender fell asleep. The first ball came out, he fell asleep on it. Yeah, it's a bad goal by Conde scored it, but it was a ricochet off him.
Yeah, so we talked about France's strong defense, but they're falling apart, man.
The game is being won in the midfield, actually.
I saw some links that we were linked to this guy, and I didn't click it because that's how bad I thought this guy was. Man. I don't rate him as a defender, Kone. So I hope we don't have links to this.
So
guy.
Rodriguez, number 22. I don't know why he's jogging to the ball. The ball is in his vicinity. He said it runs, so the man he's just jogging.
Ricardo Baggio says,
"Oh no, it was an own goal, but he would have scored anyway. I think."
Said, "Can't believe the kid is 16 years old." Mr. Man said 2-1. Yep. Spain 2. That's what we said. We said it would be 2-1 to Spain, and the night is still young. My friend.
Night is still young. Goals going to be scored in this game. More goals are scored.
IMEX says, then winning the balls in the midfield is very important. France stretch midfields to get isolated wingers, but Spain counter it very well. Yeah, and it's one of those things, isn't it? Cam says Puparella, the worst player on the pitch. I keep forgetting I should root for France because of
France will score again, trust me.
Are the best team to watch.
Cucurella is actually shown himself to be a good player this tournament.
I think Cucurella's a good player.
He's played well.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have to.
He doesn't do that well at Chelsea, but he plays well. He's played well.
He's a good player.
Here comes France. France got so much ability, and they haven't even switched on yet, man. I mean, the thing is though, France meeting a decent opponent, you should expect them to come alive, man.
They gotta get Mbappe and Dembele in the game. The problem with
Yeah,
Spain is
they
that you
do.
can't get the ball. That's the problem in Spain. You can't get the ball off them.
You know the craziness. You see that French midfield, and you stop and you think, what would it be if Pogba was still playing now?
Yeah, that French midfield lacks creativity.
Yep.
Well, I remember in the last Euros, everybody was talking about how the best two midfielders was Xhaka and Pogba. And 4 years ago, they were horrible for their club teams. Everybody was booing on Xhaka, and Man United couldn't wait to get rid of Pogba. And they went into the Euros, and both of them lit it up.
Yeah.
Well, I think
crazy.
Xhaka runs his team, right? So he's played with the freedom. When he was with us, he couldn't play with freedom. You guys would give him a hard time too much. When he plays for Switzerland, he runs that whole show. In fact, he's one of the best midfielders in this tournament. I think at one point he had one misplaced pass in like 4 games or something like that.
Yeah,
it's a ridiculous number.
You know, in 4 games, he got man of the match twice.
Yeah, now he's been ridiculous.
He made some incredible tackles against England, about 3 of them.
That he did actually. Yep.
Yeah, about 3 game-saving tackles.
Dembele got to pick out people better. He's
so for me, guys, it was really just about sitting down and waiting for Spain to come alive. They were playing a better football, and then obviously it went against them. And this is the thing about possession. People talk about possession. But if you don't do nothing with it, it's worth nothing. And France obviously has been set up for counter.
I'll tell you what, boys.
Attack football.
The game is now over, Ballhead.
2 crosses into the box in successive moves, and
there's nobody there. He just played in the box a while ago. Ballhead, watch the game, Ballhead TV. Those would be tap-ins. Those are tap-ins for centre forward running on. Tap-ins.
If Dembele starts for France, it'd be unstoppable. He's starting today, and that's why we're saying. I mean,
he had 2 balls in the box. They should have been tap-in for goal.
Yeah.
Well, Cranky, who do you think started the move for the first goal? Who put that ball over to Mbappe? It was Dembele from the midfield. It's an elite ball that he played.
Oh, Sharika Jackson just put up a Diamond League meet. That's not good for Jamaica.
He's playing well the last few games, Dembele. He came big.
Yeah, he came on last game as a substitute and just lit it up.
Yeah. And that's what they miss is pace. I think both, even England as well. Once they get players running at players, they're right. But when it's condensed in that final third, they just.
Ballhead TV. I have no idea what game you're watching. You should turn your TV off and turn it back on. Mbappe made 1 play and cross the ball, score a goal. Then Dembele scores 2-3 balls in the box. Nobody's in there, and you're saying Mbappe dominating. I have no idea what game you're watching.
Ballhead says France are getting 4.
It's possible because they're open now. Spain played through the midfield, and then it's the defense not trying to stop these dynamic wingers. They're just walking the ball through.
Yeah,
France got to think about Connor. Come on, go on, run past him, Mbappe. Just run past him. Don't do any jerking. Just run past him. Oh, come on, run past him. What are you doing? You don't have to go inside. Go down the wing. You turn it over. Mbappe has been poor in this tournament. The broken nose probably did something to him, but he has not been that good.
I think he's. When you compare him to Griezmann, he's been all right.
A low bar, busy. Griezmann missed 2 goals this tournament, which are hard to miss. It's harder. It's easier to miss than to score than to miss in those 2 goals that he missed.
There's a transition game missing from France.
Yeah,
their front 3 just aren't on the same level. They're not the same wavelength.
So Tony, would you not start as the X factor with Giroud up front because he's not going to give you much coming off the bench?
I don't think he can. I just think he's just past it, mate. I think I don't even know why he's in the squad. Is the honest answer because he's not going to take penalties. So if you're not going to start him,
Why is he there? Lay it off, Williams. Why you took so long to lay it off, man?
Yeah, he ran into a cul-de-sac there.
See, Spain problem has always been their forward play, and now they have two dynamic wingers. It makes it tough for an opposition. I still don't rate Morata. I mean,
No, not at all. Not at all.
He's not a Torres. He was definitely not a Torres. Torres was sick.
You mean the Liverpool Torres, not the Chelsea Torres.
Yeah, when he was at Madrid and then he went to Liverpool.
Yeah. When you look at Spain's crop of strikers, Torres, and before that, the Real Madrid.
They used to have Raul, right?
Yeah,
Raul. Yeah,
Raul.
And Gutierrez, Morientes.
Yeah, that's it. Morientes and Raul together.
Yeah. David Villa.
I didn't like
guys.
Villa,
Right, guys, what did I miss?
Nothing.
No. Still, just trying to see if France can get a pattern of play. But
So here's what I understand about football, people. Don't understand about football. So Navas, who's not a defender, is on a yellow card. Mbappe should be trying to go at Navas 24/7. That's the play of the game. They have to come double team you. Somebody got to be open to double team you. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. He can't defend. He's not a defender. He shouldn't be out there. They'll probably change him at halftime because they can't run the risk of him getting another yellow card. But
You
we're
know
not
what they're
pressuring
missing?
him.
France are missing a player like Odegaard.
Everybody's missing a player like Odegaard.
They don't have a 10.
Well, Griezmann's supposed to be the 10, but Griezmann is not even a 5.5 anymore.
I mean, basically, you're playing 3 players up top with 3 6s.
Odegaard is the best number 10 in Europe, and it's not even close. He's the best by a mile.
You think of the quality France have had years in the past, and you think, wow, how is this team so so clearly lack of creativity in the middle? It's terrible.
I'm actually saying triangle traps are important. France can attack him. I don't agree with you.
Guys, could you deal with that question?
Every strategy in football is a strategy. Say again, Apollo?
We've got a question here that needs answering.
What's the question?
Is Spain's tiki-taka men and women's football the best ever invented? Hell no. The Brazil through the 70s was phenomenal.
Well, Brazil is I won't call it tiki-taka because there are a lot of individual skills involved, but it was a short passing game, right?
Yeah, it was.
Short passing game. Spain just took it to another level in terms of how they do it. You don't have to be the best. Brazil players could go by anybody. That's one-on-one ability to get them out of trouble in difficult situations.
It's the futsal style of beating a player that Brazil brought to international stage, and it was just very flamboyant, and they just they took the mick out of teams. I think tiki-taka has taken it. I think it's evolved. I think it's got a little bit more defensive.
Yeah, I mean, look, tiki-taka is not Spain football. Tiki-taka is Barcelona, because not every team in Spain plays that. And no team plays it as well as Barcelona in their 2000 team with Iniesta and Xavi. There's just, you look at Barcelona today, they wish they could play tiki-taka the way that team played, But, when it comes down to, which team played the best style of football, that team definitely had unbelievable skills and understanding, but
France middle is not understanding the game. They allow people to go behind them easily.
Yeah,
like Conte a while ago fell asleep. The man ran behind him and he fell asleep just standing watching the person in front of him. You gotta be aware. The spatial awareness is not there. Gotta be no positional awareness.
It's just too open.
Yeah,
but it's a mismatch.
Effectively, Spain can get to the edge of the France area in 4 or 5 passes because of the space France give them.
Yeah.
But Spain's position football though is very it's hard to match actually.
Yeah.
Because they all can play it, right? And be able to keep the ball is difficult to do, especially when you're under pressure.
And now they've got pace. You've got to match them in all those areas.
Yep.
And through the
I mean,
middle.
keep the ball now pace on the wings. It's a difficult to do it. Yeah. Bless up, Shushan.
So how's the channel going, Cranky? I haven't been on. I've been quite busy on stuff my side.
It's been good. It's been good. It's different, but it's been good. It's been good. I have no complaints. I have some challenges, but all channels have challenges.
So is it? You said it's once a week, every week?
No, it's 4 days a week, every week. It's
wow, you've increased it.
Monday to Thursdays from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's about 11 to what, 1 p.m. your time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stan has got his followers, boy. I'm telling you, I was on there last night.
Yeah, it's
nice,
interesting.
though. It's a nice
interesting.
vibe. Go on. Oh, why did you stop?
IMAX, I understand an IMAX, but I still think you gotta. There's a counter for every single thing in football. Every single thing has a counter. You just gotta figure out where the weakness is and exploit it.
Corner to France.
Yeah, corner France. I think Koundé doesn't help Dembele because he doesn't overlap well.
Yeah. He's actually a centre back, isn't he? In his club football.
Barcelona moved him to right back, but he's a centre back. Yeah. He's a good defender.
Yeah, he's kind of like Ben White without the adventure.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not a fan of him.
I think we were looking at him actually.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Dembele.
That's what you're worried about.
See, Dembele, that's great. That should be a yellow card against Cucurella on Dembele.
Well, anyone who comes to Arsenal has got to fight to get into that first 11. It ain't like the old days where as soon as you buy somebody,
that should be a yellow card.
It's just that the Arsenal ain't that team anymore, bro.
Now Arsenal has changed dramatically, actually.
Everyone's talking about strikers. You got to show me you're better than Havertz before you can come in there, and it ain't about goals.
Don't set low bars. Let's say my 10. Let's say my 6. Let's say my center halves, right? Those players. Let's say my right winger, who told me I need to get over and move on, and I have Saka. but let's not say my 9. My 9 is not a 9. I don't know what my 9 is, but he's not. I watch him against for Germany. He's not a 9. I don't care what you do. He's not a 9.
If you can't defend, you ain't replacing Havertz. Period.
But I'm just saying he's not a 9. He's not a 9.
Apollo, I'm gonna say one thing to you. You just witnessed the most goals he scored in a season.
Yeah, that's right.
The most goals in the season. Now
that's down to the manager.
Right. But he's got to top that, to keep his place. Right?
Yeah.
And if you don't top
he ain't keeping his place if we buy a striker, trust me.
Oh, okay. So there's a lot of
Spain
pressure
is breaking away. Williams one-on-one with Kante.
A lot of pressure on that brother next year.
Good cross to Yamal. Yamal is wide open.
That's how it should be, bro. That's how it should be. Look at Ramsdale. Look at Aaron Ramsdale.
No, I think what Arteta's done is say, I have no loyalties to anyone but winning.
That's right. Look
Anything
at
but winning.
Jesus.
Yep.
Everybody love Jesus. He can't even get in the team now.
Well, I wouldn't say everybody. I'm sorry.
I think Jesus is a good player. I love Jesus. I think Jesus should be an 8. That's me. I think Jesus has the capability to be an 8. Be like an Eze type player.
Yeah, I agree. Except that he takes too much time on the ball.
Yeah, he got to touch the ball. He has to touch the ball. So you can't play him in a 9 because he's going to be like Kane doing for England, coming back trying to touch the ball. Except Kane can't get back when he comes forward. Kane can't run anymore. He looked like a lamppost.
Yeah, he can't run.
So, Cranky, you going to any of the preseason games?
No, the prices are out of my realm. I can't afford them. I look at the prices. I'm just like, I'm not paying this for preseason. I shouldn't say I can't afford them. I went last year. I'm like, I'm not paying. I forgot the number. It's a ridiculous number in Philly. to go to a game. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not paying that to go to preseason game. I'm sorry. Not doing that. They're out of control. And we love Arsenal here, but Arsenal, I don't love you that much. Sorry. Not for preseason. A regular season game, I would go. If it was that price, like $400 or $500 for a preseason game, in fact, it's probably more now. Yeah, it's not. It's preseason. Plus, we won't have most of the players.
Yeah, that's the point. The main thing is that because all the players who have got to late rounds of competitions, whether it be the Copa or the Euros, will not be on the American tour.
Guys, that's not going to stop anything. You guys need to understand.
They're going to be sold out. They're going to be sold out.
Yeah, Arsenal fans, that's not going to bother them, guys. They can't get enough. Asia, America.
No, I was there last year, and it was crazy, actually. Yeah. Literally crazy.
Yeah.
It was, people cheering as if they're watching a regular season game.
Yeah, well, don't forget, I was in LA for this.
It was AT&T, wasn't it, T?
That's right.
No, the Sofitel.
Oh, Sofitel, okay.
Yeah,
it won't be long until we start having
5-3 against Barcelona.
Yeah, it won't be long until we start having like NFL, NBA games shown in America.
And
live
Arsenal's
Premier League
games
football.
are big games. We play Liverpool, Man United, Barcelona, is it? Or Bayern Leverkusen we've got.
Yeah.
They're all big teams, you know.
Yeah. That's the level, Tony.
Yeah.
That's the level.
That's it.
I think Spain's pressure on the ball is much better than France's pressure on the ball.
Well, France are just not organised in the middle. They're just...
Yeah. I mean, this was billed as Kante versus Rodri, and that's just been a non-factor.
Why do people do that? Like those players are going to play against each other. They'll be playing... Well, Kante is playing what? What is Kante playing? He's not playing the 6. I don't know what
Kante's
was playing.
Kante's
playing like an 8 or something. Or
he's
an
8. Yeah, he's playing at 8.
He's all over the place.
That's true. He's all over the place.
Yeah, Chumani is playing the 6.
Yeah.
Rabiot and Kante are playing at 8.
But Paul is right, though. They lack creativity in the middle.
Yeah, that's
what Pogba brought, actually.
Yeah.
Even though you saw Pogba play very defensive when he plays for them, but he has that it factor where he can...
And the problem is, guys, is as I said, when the game started, it started that Spain was having no possession. France was set up to play counter. Now you're 2-1 down. If you commit too many men forward as France, Spain you're going to go 3-1 down.
Yeah, that picked you off.
That's where it is. So when you have pace and abundance like Spain, you're always going to be a threat. So this is a game of chess now. France has got to figure out a way of getting up.
I think they're going to make a change at halftime because there has to be something different, and I would suggest it's going to be Griezmann. That's terrible,
Yeah,
Rabiot.
they probably will bring him in. But
by the way, guys, you probably noticed, but UEFA changed the second goal to Dani Olmo rather than an own goal. So he's officially...
Yeah, he's probably hit the target.
So he's officially joint top scorer at the Euros with 3 goals.
With Gakpo and who else? No, Gakpo has 3.
Yeah. I remember telling you a lot about Gakpo, and I think Tony was the only one that was even hearing it.
We talked about it yesterday. I'm still not the biggest Gakpo fan.
I can't see how
Look at Vincey looking at me. You know Gakpo's been my boy, you know, Vincey.
From before he came to Liverpool, we said he showed us something.
I think Vincey and I have similar football acumen.
I mean, he's got something about him, but to lead now...
Yeah. I mean, the Liverpool team is good, but he can't get into the team.
Yeah. You know what done it for me when he played Arsenal and he just ripped us one, man. I was like, boy, this kid's gonna go. And then I was like, he's going for 40 million euros. That's a dead stinger for me. Emerson says we will have a few new academy players. Yeah, I saw the post that you did today on the channel, so shout out to you about that. So their professional contracts and the likes of Erneri and Lewis Skelly will be in the squad as midfield area will be light. It will be.
Well, we have no choice because we're going to sell Smith Rowe and Ketty and all of them, so we have no choice.
It's not that we're going to sell them, Cranky. It's they won't be sold. All of them won't be sold if we don't submit that homegrown number. Because
that's the point I'm making. Actually, we're gonna be able to sell them. Could bring in Erneri and the other players in. We can then have our 8 number, the 8, right? Yeah, Martinelli counts in the 8, doesn't he? Does Martinelli count in the 8?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a difficult one, and that's why they haven't gone anywhere yet.
Yeah. I hear ESR may go to Fulham for 30 million.
Yeah, I was talking to a Fulham coach. When was that? 2 weeks ago, and they already met with the player, and he's interested. He wants to make the move, but like I said, Arsenal can't sell him until they start to get their numbers right. It's a numbers game, but at the moment, Fulham is his preferred move.
Didn't Villa want him for 35 million last year?
It's not, it's not happening. Villa don't have 35 million.
You see, the thing what you're saying there, Apollo, I don't understand. You can easily make the numbers right. You can always make the numbers right because you're subtracting, but you're not adding. Yeah. So if you subtract, let's just say you have 12 English players and you need 8. That means you can sell 4.
Yeah, but it's not about that. It's about the contracts themselves, isn't it? Because they're in the market to go and get a few new players. Luckily for them, players like Calafiori, his salary is quite low. He was only making 15,000 euros a week.
I don't understand that. The contract means nothing.
The contract means everything. That's how Arsenal do their business.
In relation to allocation of UK-based players.
Yeah, that's right. So
how is that, Apollo?
So allocation of UK-based players in terms of the numbers that they've gone in. So if you look at the contracts that Nelson's on, and Nketiah and Smith Rowe, and then you max that off with the people that they want to bring in, and then the academy players coming in, that's quite a jump. So that's
but we're conflating two things, right? Tony's talking about how do I get my 8 number versus trying to marry the monies to make sure the monies work. Yeah. Right? My 8 number is mutually exclusive from Calafiori coming in. What we're focused on is you're saying the money doesn't match up because I give him the money, give someone else the money. Yeah. Academy player, Nketiah is on 100, Nelson's on 100, Smith Rowe's probably on 75. That's 275.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna bring in people, I gotta get rid of salaries that matches his number. That's what you're saying, right?
That's what I'm saying, yeah. And I've talked to Colin Gordon, who showed me the numbers straight off the bat and how they don't match up. And Arsenal's being very careful. They're working with cautious now, guys. They're not working with conservative Tory numbers. They're working with Labour numbers.
Yeah, but Apollo, it should be beneficial because if I'm bringing in 70,000 a year, so that's Smith Rowe's salary. I'm getting rid of 200 for Nketiah and Nelson.
Reece Nelson,
right. That's 200. So I'm 200 positive.
Yes, you are. But then you're offering 3 new contracts to academy players and 3 new contracts to new players.
They're not getting more than 50K each.
Academy players are on peanuts.
Yeah, 40K each probably.
Yeah,
and in one area probably give a little bit more because you want to keep him.
So it sounds easy from where you're sitting, but when you add it up on paper, it's not peanuts. When you add in all the contracts together.
Yeah, but you also took out El Neni, you're taking out Ramsdale, you're taking out Cedric, who's on a good money. 8 grand.
But so that what I've been told,
all
those numbers,
youngsters ain't gonna earn
nothing close.
I get that, but I've been told that all of that takes care of bonuses.
All six youngsters ain't gonna earn one El Neni. Because El Neni been at the club 6 years or 8 years.
I get that.
His salary is right up there.
Yes, I get that. But Tony, what I'm saying is we're looking at individual numbers. I'm talking about the whole picture. I'm talking about the entirety of the number.
What you're saying makes no sense.
No. So I would agree.
Tony, when I talk to football agents, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah?
No. So here's what I say about that, Tony. Here's what I say about that. So we have to see the numbers on all sides, right? To see how it works, because we don't know what kickers we have in contracts. If you came second, how much money I get additional than what I normally get, plus my salary. So we have to see the total numbers. But I would agree with you, Tony, that is, if I take 8 academy players, they're going to struggle to make more than he makes.
Yeah.
And then your Cedric number, you want to give Edwin more money because he's been chased. So you may give him 40K to make him feel good. Yeah. But that's it. The rest of them
are on.
Unfortunately, guys, Arsenal are working through caution at the moment. And there's a variety of different reasons why. Take, for instance, on the back end of last month, they couldn't do nothing because of that financial year. That financial year ending, they couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, but come July 1 is a different story, right?
Yes, but Bertram, we're already working from a deficit. This is why I'm trying to say.
No, I understand that. But if I take a 3-year accumulated number, a 3-year accumulated number, what is 1 year, 3 years? Yeah. At the end, when the year end is done, that's why you see Newcastle was trying to sell as quickly as possible, get people back by June 30th.
And
My year
Aston Villa,
starts July 1.
yeah, and Aston Villa had to sell Louise just to get the books right.
Yes.
So Arsenal on the 1st of July started with a deficit because that Raya money had to be paid. So we're working backwards. So everybody's out there saying, "Oh, you shouldn't have a problem with money because you got this." He's leaving it. No, it doesn't work like that because you look at the bigger picture, and it's a whole accumulation where the numbers have to add up. Let
me say this, Apollo. Come July 1, the revenues you generate, which you may have received early, now goes into the next fiscal year.
That's correct.
So you could be okay, right? So if you get $100,000 in January, half of that $100,000 may pertain to the next year. You can only recognize half of that money.
That's
you can
right.
recognize the whole 100,000. You got to marry at the periods of the periods.
Exactly. The one thing I didn't take into account when I spoke to Colin Gordon was we had 9 players who made billions in bonuses on Champions League appearances, which their contract propped. So all of that money has to be allocated. And that is a jump in the pot that Arsenal don't expect. Yeah, I mean, this is our first year in the Champions League, right? So all these
having said that, you mitigate what you're paying in bonus for Champions League by what you gain from being in Champions League. If I'm paying a bonus of 100 grand to 10 players, well, every game I play past the quarterfinal gets me more than 100 grand per game.
Yes, it does. But that allocation still has to. Tony, remember, we have the 3rd highest wages in the league. That everything has to be accounted for because before these guys came in, Dick Law was running a circus and it got them into the red. So we're backing out of the red. We're starting this year in a deficit. So everything, what I'm trying to say is they're working with caution. That's what I'm saying. Okay, that's what I've been told.
Can I just ask in regards to that caution, if someone can explain to me, from the standpoint of Reece Nelson, how financially we're going to be better off if he does get sold this year and we don't make that money back, but also from the English quota perspective, because if you think it's been, now 2 years since his contract he's been given, we could have had a player when we were seeking him that summer that could have probably helped the team in those past 2 years. So with Reece Nelson, I'm looking at the way how we've developed a player, given him a contract, not paid him for 2 years, and potentially can sell him, and may not make that money back this year. How it makes sense?
Well, it depends on how you look at it. So we can't say we have made the money back because there's service period. He was in the squad. He got paid a certain amount of money. He may have gotten overpaid, but we didn't pay a fee for him, right? Because if he left, we would have money out the door. If we can get 20 million for him, it would have covered his salary for the last 2 years. So you could say his service was free for 2 years.
Yeah, because it's 5.2 million a year, his salary.
Right. Yeah. So it's 10 million, you get 20 million. So you get about almost 9 million for net out of that 2 years. And that 9 million is pure profit because you didn't pay any money for him. So it goes to the bottom line directly versus when you buy somebody, you got to amortize the total amount that you pay for them. So if you bought Modric for 80 million over 10 years, every year is an 8 million deficit against your P&L.
Yeah.
While for Nelson, it's zero. There's no expenses.
Remember, guys, this is the last year that we've paid Lille for the Pepe deal. This is the last payment this year.
We're still paying for Pepe? Damn,
this is the last year. This is the last year. So that's what I'm saying. So starting this transfer season, you've already made that last Pepe payment and you've made Reyes payment. So you're 50, you're nearly 50 mil down before you've even started. So
here's what's important and what's the misconception. When I say I buy a player for 70 million, it doesn't mean I pay 70 million cash at the door all at once. That's not how it normally works.
Yeah,
I may pay 7 million a year or 10 million a year or 15, depends on how I prorate the number.
Yeah, but that depends on which team you deal with.
Depends on the length of the contract, actually.
Yeah, certain
length
teams
of the contract
will allow
plus,
Yeah, certain teams will allow you to do the 3-year payments. Other teams will say no. Look what happened with Partey and Atletico. And Atletico, frankly, are doing that with Greaves. With all their players, they do that with all the payment must be up front if it's a release clause.
Right, and the payout doesn't necessarily align to the expense on your book. What do I mean by that? So I pay 70 million pounds for you cash all up front. I switch it between now, instead of having cash, I have an asset, which is a human being on my book, right? If the person's contract is 7 years, then it's 10 million a year get amortized for that player.
Yeah, and
That goes
that's
to my
where,
expense number.
and
You know what we
that's
should
where-
do? We should use real numbers here one day and walk you through how that actually work. It's a better way to explain that. Because a lot of people hear all these numbers stuff being thrown out. It doesn't really mean anything to them. If we walk you through like a presentation, you'll see how it works. It's a little bit interesting how accounting works and how that works.
Yeah,
it's not,
especially
it's
how
not
the
logical.
rules are changing. Especially how the rules are changing now because of what Chelsea have done in the market. And
I mean,
I don't get that.
What Chelsea was doing is, so I'll give you an example. Say you pay $100 million for Mudryk, right? You gave him a 5-year contract. So it's $20 million a year that gets taken off the books. If I give him a 10-year contract, it's only $10 million a year. So when I'm working with FFP, instead of you having $10 million added to my expense, it's only $5 million added to my expense, for example.
That's how
in a better situation. I'm spreading out the thing longer periods of time.
That's how the NFL works.
And I thought they had changed the rules to stop that happening, but
they have changed it. Yeah,
they just bought a player on an 8-year deal.
Yeah, Tony, they have. There's a misconception there. They, as in UEFA, changed the rules, but the FA haven't. So the FA still hasn't made any changes, and the only difference is if Chelsea was in the Champions League, they would get penalised because they'd have to adhere to UEFA.
Or you have 2 sets of books, right? No, what I mean, so you have a book for UEFA, giving UEFA rules, and a book for PL, giving the PL rules. So if UEFA say only 5 years you're gonna have, even if you have an 8-year contract, it doesn't matter. We do the accounting. You gotta do the amortization over 5 years. We should have
can't do that. Yeah. Surely that's a clash of. You're
yes, it is. It is. Doesn't make any sense.
The only difference. Look at Vincey. I love it, Vince. The only difference here is that the NFL has something in place to protect them called dead cap space, but football UEFA have nothing in place. So if you get caught with your pants down, you're getting a points deduction, and that's the problem. It's new to them, right? They're making this up as they go along. It's not like America where they've had decades of working with salary caps and things like that. Football is in its infancy when it comes to money.
Well, what the US actually does is they love money so much they just double the amount when you exceed the threshold. They just say you gotta pay for every dollar you spend over. You give me $2.
Yeah, everybody said salary cap was 240 million. Oh, it's going to be 250 million. When we all woke up, 280 million. It's like they're literally moving the goalpost to the point where it's just spiraling out of control, and there's nothing they can do.
Yeah, well, they're getting more money every year.
They're getting TV money. They get a lot of TV money.
Cap has to keep increasing.
And even when they get the TV money, they still overspend. Like Golden State, for example, will spend way above the cap. So they have to double up the excess that they spend. It's crazy, yeah.
And this is the difference in Formula One. The 40 million budget hasn't moved in 5 years. It's still the same. So it makes it even harder.
So can you pay Lewis Hamilton 40 million and your budget is 40 million? Isn't that Lewis Hamilton?
Yeah, literally, yeah.
So everybody just get paid nothing.
But they've changed it now in terms of like there's a split on the car and then the salary of the players, because they allow Lewis to be in charge of his merchandise and his sponsorship and things like that to add into the contract. So it does help. But he makes over 22 million a year, which is half the team's budget. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. I did comment on Lewis's win yesterday on my stream, actually.
I loved it.
Because I had to do it because someone I know is from Grenada.
Yeah.
And they only watch my streams for me to talk about Formula One. So
bro,
they love the heritage. So,
bro, I was so emotional, and the thing is, I've been this close a couple of years ago to launching a Formula One channel, and I didn't because I just can't keep track of the channels I already have. So just to add in another four, because I love Formula One that much, man.
So when I start my other channel, I'll probably have to come on to talk. It's an all-in-one channel, a lot of politics, a lot of investing, a lot of social, criminal justice, banking, all that stuff.
For that.
We're gonna have a lot of conversation. We have a lot of discussion on that channel. I'm gonna call it Mr. Uncensored, because what I call Get in Trouble channel.
Yeah.
Like now the Biden thing, I could run for months. You should get I curse. You should get your stuff out. You should not be running for president. You can't even walk up a stairs, for Christ's sake. You can't remember what your name is. You want to run for president, and people are saying, and then you're saying writing letter. You didn't write the letter. Somebody wrote the letter for you. You should not be running.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? It might be, but I think right now all the attention is on this. The only thing this guy has done is that he's too old. Yeah.
I think he's a better person than Obama, and I get grief for that. But he's done more than Obama. I'm sorry, he has. Okay, when Obama,
do you know why? Do you know why?
Well, there are a number of reasons. There's a number of reasons.
No. There's one reason.
No, there are a number of reasons.
No, there's one reason.
No, let me give you some reason, which is not the one you're talking about. So he's taking. He can afford to take more risk, given what he is, who he is. He can afford to take more risk. And secondly, I think he has enough cachet in terms of he's been in there a long time enough to understand how things work and how to manage the situation to allow him to get what he wants and get his things passed, right?
And that's the reason why. So when Obama was president, the first 6 months he had problems getting his bill passed. And as soon as Joe Biden, the vice president, took the hands of it, bills started getting passed because Biden is a man of the people. Biden by rule is an independent. Yeah, he's a moderate. He swings both ways of the circle, and that's why he's worked with people on the left, people on the right, and people in the middle. He gets things done. He passed so many bills that Obama struggled to pass in his early years, and so when it comes to him being president, it's not surprising that he's been able to change things and make. So look at the funny thing is all the red states, the infrastructure bill that he passed. All these people are having fast broadband now, their bridges fixed and everything, and they're still voting for Trump. It's like, who you think is the man that's fixed everything with your infrastructure? It's Biden doing that. And
I know you think you came here to watch Spain versus France, and we are watching the game.
Yeah, it's just
we may not be talking about it, but we're watching the game. The second half just started, people.
Oh, we're gonna have fun with politics, Bertrand. Believe me, we're gonna have a lot of fun with that.
I want to talk about England too. India with Modi, England with Labour winning. I have a lot to talk about. France with far right. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy that, man.
Far right, by the way. I call it far something else. But we'll talk about it on my channel when it's, it's not far right. Yeah. It's far something else.
And you know what? Because 10 years ago, I have to say, this is the last thing on me. 10 years ago, I took my name off the voters register. I said to Tony and a couple of other guys, I took my name off.
The keeper, France, you guys should see this. Sorry. The keeper came all the way out. Nico Williams running, and he barely didn't beat him.
Wow.
He got away with that one.
I'm still at the France corner.
Yeah,
how did they give the ball away so simply? It's crazy.
I know.
Spain,
that midfield, man, shocking. You see what I spoke to you about that player?
Yeah.
He was struggling. Keeper just about got it.
Yeah. So, guys, let me share this one around. Who would take Nico Williams with the 300 grand a week? That's 15 million a year.
No.
I don't want his career to be stunted, man. That's for that reason. I don't want him to come, man.
Yeah. He's gonna play on the other side of the field. What are you talking about? Martinelli gonna be on the bench.
Martinelli's already on the bench. Martinelli's already on the bench.
I'm not bringing a player in for 300 grand a week when that position is stacked, literally stacked with players to choose from.
If you're bringing a man,
buy a winger a dime a dozen.
So who would you bring in for 300 then?
No, we don't need to spend 300 on a winger.
Yeah, I agree. That's a lot of salary, bro.
A dime a dozen, my friend. Look at Elise just went to Bayern Munich, 60 million.
How much is he getting paid though?
I hear it's quite a good number, but it's still never going to be 300 grand.
Probably a couple hundred. Yeah. Or maybe 150. Maybe 150.
Yeah. You know,
I don't think we should pay anybody 300. I would agree. We shouldn't pay 300 for him.
You know, 300 gets you.
That's silly money.
300 gets you Alexander Isak and change.
Yeah. Guys, remember, a lot of these guys are not getting paid in these other countries. Nico Williams is an anomaly. He's an anomaly.
It's not an anomaly because
he is an anomaly.
No, I tell you what it is. You have to realize Bilbao don't play for players. Because they will only choose Basque players, they don't have to pay because no other club has Basque players.
Yeah.
So they're getting them through their system. Yeah. Nico Williams and his brother went to the Basque country. Their parents went from Africa to the Basque country and they were raised in the Basque country. Hence why they're free.
Yeah.
So they can afford to pay every one of their players because they never have to pay a fee for any of their players.
Oh, so many people. Oh. France is all over the place.
Their
Their midfield is all over the place.
It's just not. Their midfield is just not.
Yeah, their
clicking
midfield is
at
all over the place. All over the place. It's not working. Kante should sit deep and stay there.
Yeah.
And probably take Tchouameni off or somebody else off or Ravi off.
Spain
it's not
getting it too easy to get to the edge of their box. Just so easy. And look,
it's going to be a roasting, man. It's going to be a roasting.
They're a good team, but boy,
they passed. You know something?
Like
I said this. I said this to people. You should get yourself a Spanish coach. I'm telling you,
they're doing it right now.
The ball, you got, and they're the ones dominating in terms of coaching across this.
Yeah,
across the spectrum.
Yeah,
across the whole spectrum. Yeah.
I mean, you got keeping that ball. They do it so easily.
Yeah.
Cam, we missed what you just wrote. Cam, what do you mean anyone but? Oh, yeah, no, Cam, but Cam, we need someone to vote for Trump's opposition, right? And people not going to vote for Biden. They just won't go to the polls. They're just not going to go to the polls. Not that they want Trump to win, but some people are not that into politics to care that much. You got to incentivize some people to vote. And they want to see a quality person there. And he's just not the person. Would I vote for him? I'd vote for a tree stump before I vote for Trump.
Yeah.
So,
I ain't voting for genocide. Simple.
No.
You're not going to try and void your ticket, Bertram, by putting a tree stump in the next.
Listen, the rest of the world all says we can't trust the Americans. Everybody in the world, that's what they say. We can't trust you guys.
It's an abomination. It's an abomination.
Look what Labour did to the Tories. We can't trust you to do the same thing, man.
Yeah, no, even France liberal groups came together and make sure the far right didn't get power.
Yeah, but that was smart. That was something. In the UK, they've been talking about that happening. Lib Dems, Scottish National Party, and Green Party getting together. If that ever happened, wow. But France did it. France did it. You got to give them respect. They did it. Williams Jr., Nico Williams Jr. is coming alive.
Boy. France right now,
they're struggling. There's no linkage. Kante's just dribbling by himself a while ago, just about 2 or 3 times. When he gets the ball, there's no outlet. There's nobody to pass the ball to.
And they just gathered around him. They literally just went three defenders on him.
That's Rondo football. That's Pep and Arteta type football, man. It's Rondo.
I'm not a fan either of Thuram coming on up front. I don't know why. He just doesn't excite me up front for France, Thuram. So the options is just...
What an awful cross by Moy. Oh, what an awful cross.
Not there.
By Dembele a while ago. Come on, Dembele, you can do better than that.
Good ball from Saliba. Guys, I'm 51 minutes and 35 seconds. Where are you at?
Same.
51, 52.
I'm about 3 seconds behind you.
Cross the ball right to the keeper. Go far post to Rabiot. It's a horrible cross.
So, guys, it's been 30 minutes and France have not really attempted
ball
a
into
shot
Kante.
in this game.
Kante looking for a pass. Goes wide to Kunde to cross. Oh,
they're clueless.
Poor cross again. Poor cross again.
They need a focal point up front. They need to get Giroud on because he's...
Yeah. I agree with Vinci. Even if there's a tree stump up there, he'll block a lot of people and you can put it on his head. They're getting crosses. He'll be in the box trying to head the ball in the goal. They're not going to put him on, but they probably should. Why have him in the squad if not on the plane?
Cross it now. Yeah. Oh, my words.
So if Kane doesn't play well in the first half tomorrow, you think they'll take him out?
No, he should have been. I don't think he should. He should
have
been.
Oh, wow.
Stopped.
That's a free header by... was that Tchouameni? He could have scored that, actually.
They're going to live and die by Kane.
They will.
Unfortunately.
They will live and die by Kane. I can see it.
They're going to die by Kane.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
I think Watkins will run the channel the first half. I think that's what they probably should do, but they won't do that.
Tony's looked good in there, though. Ivan Toney, I'm not his biggest fan.
Wow. Yeah, what a move a while ago. What a move a while ago to get rid of two defenders.
Wow. Vincey, that's because anyone with a pulse would be better up there than Kane. You just need someone with a pulse, man. Someone who's alive.
You think
Kane has been awful.
You got to think they're going to get past Van Dijk.
Oh my goodness!
You saw that move, Tony? He dipped his shoulder and 2 men stopped.
Who's Cucurella?
He dipped his shoulder and 2 men stopped Tony. You just saw
That
that.
was
play.
outrageous skill.
Ref should have blew the whistle,
Yeah.
man. You should have called a foul.
I know, right?
Oh,
That's what our
Did you see
midfielders are
that
missing.
again?
Your ability to use your body to create space.
yeah. That was
That's
so good.
Come on, Dembele, take him on.
That was Brazilian.
Yeah.
He's crossing the ball. There's nobody in the box to get the ball.
You know who was the last player from Arsenal who used their body so well that I remember?
Who, Nasri?
No,
Who?
Guendouzi. Guendouzi used to be fouled so much in the midfield because
He would just
It's
stop
just-
though in front of you and stop. I think
yeah.
one of my favorite players who just was a head case was Nasri.
Oh yeah, Nasri
Like
was-
always have time and
Yeah.
space. Always have time and space.
He'd run at you
Ridiculous
too,
amount.
man. He'd run at
Ridiculous
you
amount.
too, man.
Ridiculous, isn't it, Vincey?
Yeah.
Time and space on the ball 24/7.
2-footed.
Yep.
Go by you on the left, go by you on the right.
Brilliant football.
Yeah.
And it's very similar to like Perez. Perez had that ability where he's like he would just go back in that space. But you're right, Nasri did it and just created more space for no reason
Yep.
all the time.
All the time.
But you know,
Special player.
he never looked after his body though, did he, man?
Now he's a
No.
head case. He had just
Yeah, he never
problems.
looked
He
after
had a
his
bad
body.
case. Head case.
I think he's about 36, 37 now.
His
36,
career finished
37.
much earlier than he should have actually.
He stopped playing 4 years ago, so when he was 32.
He had some
playing.
drug issue, didn't he?
Yeah, he didn't look
Yeah.
after his body, man. Put on a lot of weight.
He made his money. He went to Manchester City, didn't he? So he took the money and he
Look at
ran.
that turnover a while ago, actually. Think Giroud would do that? No, he wouldn't. Oh, Nico Williams is giving Kunde a hard time. A while ago, the ball came into, what's that? The center forward. All he has to do was lay the ball off. Giroud is a brilliant link-up player. Even if he has to stand up, he can do that.
Look
Ball
how
deep
fast-
to Mbappe in the corner, coming forward, looking for someone, nowhere in the middle. Shot, saved by the keeper. They don't have anyone in the middle to get the ball to.
No,
be
look how
frustrating.
fast
Get
Saliba
Giroud
is
on the
having to
field.
run high. Saliba's literally running all the way into the penalty area just to get a pass because the midfield's not doing their job.
They need to get Giroud on the field. I'm telling you, crosses are there to be had.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. IMAX, it says Spain as football in general makes you think for 90 minutes defense and attack with anybody on the field. Yeah, and it's just the way, as Cranky said, it's Spanish football. It's the rondo. They play as hard off the ball as they do on the ball. And it's just a quick passing, that team eccentric effort. And it's hard to beat, man. When you got them singing in unison, all 11 players, it's hard to beat.
They take Navas off, and Navas didn't have to make another tackle when he had a yellow card in the first 5 minutes. That's criminal. That should never happen in football.
So guys, I know I turned up late, but did you guys do a shout out to Gary? Is he in the chat today?
Yeah, apologies.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, big up yourself, Gary, man.
Yeah, he's watching.
Feel better,
this
Gary.
at the moment now.
Good to see that you're out, bro.
So
Alright,
who
guys,
just came
hold
in
on
for
a second.
Spain? Spain just made a change in the 57 minutes. That's a quick change, actually. Takes some
Navas
time
for
to learn.
Vivian.
You would never see Southgate make a change in 57 minutes.
It's
I don't
strange
care
to
what
see
happened.
Navas. He used to be at City, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, he was sick at City.
Right wing, too. He was a winger.
Yeah. Wow.
Right.
Not a very good one, by the way. Not a very good one, by the way, in my eyes. In terms of the level he was playing, obviously, a professional football player is a good player, but I didn't see him as a City player. I'm like saying they fit a screen around Navas. I know, but to me, that's more France than Spain. You got to isolate your winger on that player one-on-one. At some point, you can isolate him. Let him make a tackle or another tackle. The first one wasn't a good tackle he made because he's not a
Did you
defender.
see any of the under-17s tournaments?
No, I didn't.
You got to watch out for Italy in a few years. They've got some pace. And the way how you seen Spain play football tonight.
What, they have
those
diversity
kids
in
are
their
playing
team?
like that.
They have diversity in
Sorry?
their team? They have diversity in their team?
Well, not as much.
Because if you're in Europe, you don't have diversity, you ain't going nowhere. I can tell Europe that right now. You look at all the teams doing well in Europe. Apart from maybe even Spain have diversity in their team nowadays. Their two wingers are diverse.
Yeah, this football just touch the life out.
I don't know what he's watching that he can't
Oh my
see
God!
he needs to change his game.
Good play by Cohen though. Good play. We're 59 minutes in. We're watching Spain versus France. Spain leading by 2-1. Interesting game. France can't seem to do nothing offensively.
Oh,
they had a good opportunity right there, actually.
Stop it! Stop it, William. Behave. Stop it. Stop it.
He is nice. He is nice. I gotta give him props. How did Kante end up being at the top of the? What the hell? Someone was that Dembele just hit the post?
Yeah, try to cross it.
How's he hitting the post from there, bro?
Very carefully.
You got to find a player.
Oh, you know what? No, the keeper saved it. It was going in the goal, actually. It was going in the goal. He saved it. He was anticipating the cross, and he tried to trick him. That's interesting. He barely stopped it, actually.
Nah, good. Yeah, if that be the case, then yeah.
Maybe it's a misplaced cross that almost scored, probably.
I look like a misplaced cross.
Yeah.
France going to make 3 changes, it appears.
There's no way
Griezmann.
That's a shot.
Huh?
That's no way that's a shot.
Yeah, it's probably a misplaced cross. But they're going to make 3 changes.
They need to.
So the question is,
I don't know why he's waited so long.
Who's better suited?
Griezmann and the lad.
What's his name?
Barcola.
Yeah.
I do like Camavinga. I think he should have started.
I don't know if he's really that good. I think he's hugely overrated.
I don't know what he does well. That's the thing.
Yeah. You know,
what
he's a good footballer, but I don't see what his position is.
That's the problem with certain players, right? You can't see exactly where they fit. They're good footballers. They can play. Where are they most effective? So we're taking off Rabiot coming off. Rabiot is coming off. I would assume that Tchouaméni is coming off. And Kante is coming off. Koulibaly is coming off. Okay.
So who do you think is a better? Do you think is going to be a better fit to match Spain, Holland, or England in the final?
England.
You think so, Bertram?
Yeah, I think England. England has the players, you know. They're just not playing.
Yeah.
England's like France. They have the players. They're just not playing.
But they can make a game boring. I think, you know, Holland, at least, they're going to be expansive with the way they play.
No, they're going to get slaughtered if it's Holland.
Attractive.
They're going to get slaughtered if it's Holland. I think they get slaughtered. Their midfield is not good enough. Their midfield is not good enough to play against Spain. England has midfielders who can try to match up with Spain. Oh, you missed that goal a while ago, son.
I think if England's...
Upamecano should have probably hit the target on that.
I think if they get over their fear and embrace the talent that's within their squad, they can really, really hurt Spain. Even Spain playing good football.
Yes, no. I mean, Bellingham, Rice, and whoever plays in the middle, whether it's Foden or somebody else, more, you know, the kid. No, they're good players. They're good players.
Is it Upamecano?
Yeah, that missed the header. Yeah.
I don't know what he was heading, but he had the ball down versus I had the ball across or something.
That was a player we used to love at Arsenal, man.
Yes. He's
and
still a defensive rock. He's still a defensive rock.
He's up and down. Some days he's atrocious. Some days he's brilliant. Consistency is not what it should be.
Oh, look, he just gave that away, didn't he? Oh.
And he got lucky.
Max it says this Spain team is going to batter England.
It's possible. They're
Chris-
good. They're good. To me, you have to crowd the middle of the park against them, which then make you volume on the wing, but you got to give up something.
Well, the good thing is it Gay? He's back for the semi-final, is he?
Yeah, he
Who?
is.
Gahey.
Mark Gahey.
Well, would he play?
Yes.
Konsa was brilliant in the last game, so would
Yeah.
they start? I think Shaw is the person which is going to help England. I think Shaw came in and looked really good after not playing football forever. He looked really good, actually.
Yeah, and balance.
You need a left footer on that side. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I actually thought even when Saka went there, he still played good in that spurt in that position because he had the opportunity and space to run at players.
Yep. Oh, that's a bad touch. Bad touch by Rodriguez. Bad touch. Bad touch.
The Spain, it is demoralising if you look at that graphic playing against that. You ain't getting a ball. And yet France still had good passages of play.
Oh, come on, Theo.
I know. Tia made a bad touch a while ago.
It didn't need to. Cut back in, straight off.
Oh, wow. A lot of passes by Spain, isn't it? A lot of passes.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of passes. That tires out the offense and the opposition, you know.
Yeah.
You got to be chasing those players. Like I'm telling you, tiki-taka is the best defense that you can have. The other team got to be chasing you all game while you're having fun. There's nothing like playing football and having the ball. You don't get tired when you have the ball. You get tired when you don't have the ball. Keep telling Jamaica, get a Spain coach. They're looking for a coach. Get a good Spanish coach who understand how to play possession football. France playing their way out. Kunde with the ball, plays up front to Dembele. Yes,
it's interesting you say that, Bertrand, because I know 2 years ago.
The 1-2 was there, actually. The 1-2 was there a while ago.
2 years ago, you probably wouldn't have said that with our current manager. But would you have taken him as your coach?
Arteta?
Yeah. For Jamaica?
See, Arteta didn't really have a history, right, to really talk to when he first joined us. He had no history. Pep just boots him up a lot, and he wanted Pep to just boot up his protege. But when you look at him and how he commands respect, after a while, you have to say...
What the hell was Dembele thinking there? He ran into 6 players and then
he just playing a 1-2. No, he's playing a 1-2, Tony. He got knocked down.
Look at the way Spain gathered. There was a wall. He literally tried to go himself through a wall.
I think Cucurella was quite lucky there.
So, guys, I've been listening to you in the background. It seems like what I've missed is Mbappe has been moved up front now as the main striker. Has Giroud on yet?
Not yet.
No.
Wow.
Griezmann came on with Bacola and
Griezmann. What's his name came on? Camavinga,
yeah.
So there's still 24 minutes left in the game. There's still plenty of football left to play, guys.
No. Look at the game. The game is look like it's over.
Yeah. I mean, Spain's possession stats are 55%. They got possession to France's 45%.
Yeah.
Interestingly, France have had more shots and more shots on target so far.
Second, Spain hasn't really played the way they did in the first, have they? It's almost like if I'm not sure they run out of energy, but
what's interesting is the touches in the box. France have had 17, Spain have had 9, so nearly double. But you see, this is where France lack a striker. If you're having all these touches in the box and you ain't putting the ball in the net, or you're not even looking close to,
and this is why I said earlier on, if you had Giroud, whatever layoffs he's given, and Mbappe is going to be on the end of those chances.
You know, Morata has been Spain's best defender.
Yep.
He's deep defending. He's defending all over he's defending everywhere. You watch him throughout this game, even through the tournament, he's been defending like a madman.
It's like Havertz, cranky. It's like Havertz.
You love Havertz, Apollo.
I know, that's
you know I tolerate him. You love
I'm throwing him in there, man, because you know I love
Apollo,
that.
you got a contract to mention his name at certain times.
He get paid. He's an agent.
I'm on bonuses, man. How many times you can mention his name?
That's why I always throw Xhaka in there. When he talks about Havertz, I just throw in Xhaka. And so look what Xhaka is doing.
But I got to say, to Apollo's credit, he did say he'll end up top goal scorer at the start of the season. So fair play to him.
What he had, 10? How many goals
11?
he had? 10? 11? That's because Jesus doesn't know where the goal is. Jesus got to do better.
It's too easy for Spain to get to the touch spot. It's literally they can go through France's midfield without the ball getting within 5 yards of a French player.
Remember, the game changes when
Good
you're
move,
in a
sir.
deficit.
Cross it now. Cut it back. Oh. Wow. That was a good run. Was that? Who was that run? Was it Theo? Murata is everywhere, boys. Like a man possessed.
Wow, that's good work.
Yeah.
Go on, running. Pull it back.
Too many defenders.
Unlucky.
Yeah, because Spain have a lot of people back, don't they?
Yeah.
You cut it back
You
to the
have to kind of recognize where are my spaces. Yeah. If you take on the fullback the way you do, and you look up and you see pure red jerseys, something needs to happen. You got to change that.
But guys, I have to mention William Saliba. Passing range, passing skill. It makes it more difficult for the attack to press you when you're a defender who can play like that. Strength in one-on-one duels. The confidence the rest of the team has in him to win those duels and those battles. Effective reading the game. Tackling, pressure, composure, communication.
Who bought him for us? Who bought him for us? Who bought him for us? It wasn't Arteta.
No, it was Mislintat, innit?
Yeah. That was a brilliant buy.
I think I've asked you this question before, Tony, but do you see a lot of similarities between Laurent Blanc and the way Saliba plays?
Oh, he's better than Blanc.
I don't know about that. Laurent Blanc.
No, he's better than Blanc. Come on, Tony. He's better than Blanc.
I mean, Blanc was he's good.
He's better than Blanc. Come on, Tony.
Better
Come on. Tony.
Is there a better centre-back pairing of Saliba and somebody than Blanc and Desailly?
Well, it was mainly Desailly who got all the credit, didn't it? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think Laurent Blanc, I mean, don't forget, Laurent Blanc was the captain that lifted the World Cup.
I know.
Yeah.
They have a lot of captain. Kane's the captain for England.
Yeah.
If they win the Euro, he ain't got nothing to do with it.
But I don't see, look, I'm going to just say, I'm just going to leave.
Would you not compare right now, Tony, what we have?
No, because I think we're in a
Magalhaes
different
and
age.
Saliba
I think we're in a
and
different
Desailly
age.
And Blanc.
As much as I like Saliba, what was you doing? Why you? These French players, they don't have any common sense because they keep running into fours. They'll see four red shirts and go, I'll tell you what, I'll try to run right through the middle of them.
Ooh, Tony, there's a
Spain
centre-back
breaking
pair in there. Ooh, Tony. There's
No,
a centre-back pair in there, bro.
That is a great pairing. That's a great pairing. Cannavaro and Costa.
I think those centre back from Barcelona were overrated. They were protected by the midfield because you never get the ball off those midfielders. So you could never really get to them.
Different style of football, different style of partnership.
I don't think they were the best centre back pairing. Sorry. Not buying Pujol and
as I said, Costa Curta and Cannavaro, between the two of them.
Well, I'm going for Jackie Charlton and Bobby Moore, mate. That's what I'm going for.
For a lot of people's time.
Sod a lot of you. I'm going for Bobby Moore, bro. Listen, Sol Campbell, Colatore.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. But I like Saliba. You know, he's got to win that cup. He's got to win a World Cup, Euro Cup, Champions League. And then you can start talking all them conversations. But
all right, Tony. You know I love you like cook food. Frank Rijkaard and Ronald Koeman.
Yeah.
I'll stop it.
Amazing.
Just stop. Just stop it, man. That man could play midfield.
Look at Crack's face.
No, that's a good centre half pairing. That's a good centre half.
That's a great centre half.
That's a very good centre half pairing. You can't dispute
score
that.
Goals.
Yeah.
They can play up front. Don't put.
They're modern day centre backs, right?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Modern day
That's
centre
not
backs.
fair. That's not fair. You can't put them two together. That's just wrong.
Well, you know what? The pairing should have been great, but they probably weren't because of the club situation. Terry and Ferdinand should have been great.
Yeah, true.
Terry and Ferdinand should have been brilliant. But the club rivalry affected that.
You know what it was? They come off the back of Steve Bruce and Gary Pallister in the 90s.
Oh no!
Just,
Theo! Oh no!
Oh.
That should have been going far post.
Oh man, I thought that was 2-2.
That's a terrible shot.
Wow. Yeah.
Ball came over, headed down, played down by not sure who that was. Come on, Vin got a shot.
Dembele.
Yeah, he got to do better than He's got to do better than that. He's got to do better than that.
Oh, please.
But you know what? He has no right foot. He has no. That's like a Saka's right foot. Tony would tell me Saka put in the top corner, and I would say, yeah. Where do you put the next one?
Which row?
But I'm a Saka convert. I say I'm a Saka convert. So we don't talk about Saka me anymore. I'm a Saka convert.
Yeah,
are you converted?
That's what.
Yes, I'm converted. I'm converted. I've watched him enough now to be converted. Because you know why, Vincey? He started going right, Vincey.
Yeah.
He started going right, Vincey. He started going right.
Because of the England shirt or the red shirt?
Huh?
Why are you convinced?
Vincey,
Is it because of the England?
No, he started going right, Vincey. I can't be convinced about a winger and just go left.
Look at Vincey's face.
You know that.
Bonucci and Chiellini, yeah. Brilliant pairing.
Yeah.
Brilliant pairing.
Vincey's made the name for himself on his channel as the Italian man.
Big up, Cam, man. Love you, man. Man.
Hey,
That's
a good pairing, bro. That's a good pairing. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a great pairing.
And those two will still step up and take penalties. And that's the thing. They don't care.
Who's the Spain number 6? I'm trying to work it out, guys. Emerson.
Is it Marini? What's his name? Marini? Whatever his name is. The one that scored the last game? Isn't that him?
Hold on. What about Lilian Thurman and Cannavaro?
Yeah, Cannavaro.
Thuram.
Juventus, yeah.
Yeah, Juventus. I mean, Cannavaro's was again.
Thuram could play left back, couldn't he?
He could.
Thuram was a brilliant defender.
What was you doing?
Yeah.
77 minutes in, people. Spain still leading by 2-1. Look like IMAX and Marino. Thanks, IMAX. It looked like IMAX and Apollo may be right about the score. 2-1. Spain.
So,
I still think there's another goal in the game, though.
So, guys, I've got a concern because I know.
Fine, Mbappe, people. Come on, Mbappe. Show us something in this tournament. You have done nothing today. Nothing.
Yapstam was rated high as one of the...
Spain, France with the ball, going deep on the left, looking across. He comes on the center to Mbappe. Mbappe slows the place down and make a horrible pass outside to nobody except a Spain player.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about Vidic and Ferdinand.
Brilliant pairing.
I wasn't a big fan of Vidic. As much as I wasn't a big fan of...
Vidic was a hard man, wasn't he? He was a hard man.
How many titles
was Vidic harder than Yapstam?
I would say they're about the same.
Yeah.
I would say
Giroud coming on, people. Should have been done a long time ago. For Dembele, that's a poor change. You need a winger to cross the ball to him. What kind of change is that? You're like Southgate. I don't know how you guys get to so much semifinals because of the players, not because of your management. You want people to cross the ball to him.
It's a difficult one, but my best centre back of all time is Beckenbauer and then Baresi. But Costa Cuta and Baresi was crazy, man. Costa Cuta and Baresi was ridiculous.
What about what's his name from Germany? Mateus?
Ridiculous.
Mateus, yeah.
Mateus is brilliant.
Yeah.
Lothar Matthäus.
Yeah, Costa Cuta, Baresi.
That Vincey, say no more. You don't have to say nothing, bro.
Listen,
Your
them
point
three
is already proven.
Italy were playing 3 in defence where everyone else was playing 4, and they didn't care.
You could have played 2 in defence with them two.
And they had extra man. It's just stupid.
Listen, man, they won back-to-back European Cups in 89 and 90, flanked on either side of the all. You could have swapped them either way, man. They were highly versatile. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Disgusting players. Disgusting.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what? We came into this conversation saying we're the best centre-back pairs, and we've gone, not going to lie, we've gone through 5 or 6 of them.
That ball a while ago, if he just cut that ball back, the defender runs off the field. Always one of the wingers do that. If he just cut it behind him, he's running off the field. He has all day to do what he wants to do.
So, guys, we need to put it down here. Anybody want to bet against a Giroud late equalizer?
Giroud will score if the ball comes to him in the box.
Yeah,
get the ball out wide and bring it in the box. That's all they got to do. Now go in the box to Giroud. That's all you got to do.
Pugless boy's rubbing his chin right now. You can
see
you know we
were saying about would you pay Nico Williams 300 grand?
Yeah,
I'd save I'd save 3/4 of that and buy Barcola. He's a good player.
Doesn't he have like a silly?
No, Tony. We're trying to win Champions League, Tony, and Premier League.
He's a good
We're
player,
not trying to just compete. We're not just trying to compete. We need differentiators. I like Neto, except I don't like his injury record. If he learns to make better decisions, I like Neto.
Hey, Cranky, work this comment out for me. Explain what this comment means. What's he talking about?
The hell?
Wait, finally the Wasted Gunner by Teta comes on.
What's Yardi talking about?
I don't know actually. Finally the Wasted Gunner. What gunner came out? No gunner came out.
Oh, he's talking about Giroud. No,
okay.
That
Ex-gunner. He needs an ex-gunner.
Well, I don't get the buy Teta because he was way gone before Arteta came.
Yeah.
Him and Walcott left on the same month, and then Aubameyang came in. Remember?
But he still left us and went and did things.
Oh Lord!
He won Champions League, didn't he? And Premier League.
Oh, that was close.
Oh, that was a great shot.
That was close. Yeah, that was close. It needs another goal. You know
what I like about Saliba? Saliba doesn't feel pressure.
He
doesn't feel pressure.
Bro,
he dips his shoulder like a midfield. I think he could play the 6,
Yeah,
bro.
I think he could play the 6.
The way I see him bringing the ball up,
he can play the 6.
He can.
Yeah.
No, because he has a range of passing. Not as well as actually he doesn't pass the ball as long as Gabriel does. Not people realize that.
Ben White could play the 6. He has done for Brighton 6 times.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, run it, Giroud, run it. Unlucky.
He's never going to win that race. Spain has started slowing the game down.
Yeah.
10 minutes to go.
I need 3-1 for my son.
I wonder if England's going to be like France, because France this is how France has played through the tournament, and they haven't been convincing, and eventually it's caught up to them. But Spain has been the best team in the tournament, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
your wife is your wife.
Hey, Cranky, what's going on there? What's going on?
Your wife is your wife, Cranky, but a gunner is a gunner. I blame TF. Okay. So you're saying once a gunner, always a gunner. Yeah, possibly. But your wife is also your ex-wife.
So what's this? I blame Teta. So you blame Teta for being
everything that's before and after. Everything that's before and after. Is a gunner? So anything that happens, it doesn't matter. You're gunner affiliated, then you're responsible.
So hold on. So he blames Teta for being the closest manager over the last 2 years to get anywhere near Pep Guardiola. Is that what he's blaming him for?
Yeah, actually, we should be. If we didn't choke the year before, we'd have won the title. When we were leading, we should have won the title. Seriously. Saliba got hurt, and that cost us.
And as my old coach used to say, if my auntie had balls, she'd be my uncle. Cam says Giroud the savior will do something.
Bertram, it's a good thing they don't understand that. Otherwise, you won't be. They won't take the money away from us. You know what I mean?
I know, right?
You can't translate.
Yeah. It looked like Laporte got hurt by Giroud. Giroud ran into him. damaged him. Poor Laporte. Laporte was French. Isn't he French? And transitioned to Spain. He's French, actually. He couldn't get into the French side, so he went to Spain. And they maybe win the
So,
European
Apollo, what's
title.
your thoughts on is Partey going to? Is he going to stay this summer?
As far as my sources have said, he's going. No teams come in for him. There's been
Good.
no bids.
Good. I hope nobody comes in for him. Give him another year in contract, so he has some value. Give him another year, you have some value.
He's got no qualms. From what I've been told, he does not want to leave Arsenal. And a lot
I
of
think
stuff's been
we should
going
keep
on
him. I think we
that's
should keep
not
him.
true. Yeah,
We should
I
keep
agree.
him.
But manage him, because obviously his fitness is.
Well, now if we buy at 8, we can manage him. Right? We need to go buy at 8. We're losing, and what's his name is going to Spain on a loan. The youngster we bought from Belgium. Who was that?
Lokonga.
Lokonga.
Yeah.
He's going on a loan, and then he has left. We need a 1 or 2 midfielders. We're going to bring in the kid. And when is going to come in, we need someone more seasoned.
He's got a broken nose there.
Yeah, that's Giroud.
Yeah. I'm saying Spain are running out of steam. France could equalize.
They've been running out of steam for a long time. They're pressing early in the game.
Yeah.
But France is not doing anything to convince. Good ball to Mbappe. It's 2 and 2. Mbappe need to go around him. Oh, he kicks over the bar. Oh, so selfish. He could roll the ball on the edge of the box. What's his name is open. He had all day to make a better decision. That was awful by Mbappe.
That's
selfish
what happens
and
when
awful.
you're selfish. Yeah.
He had all day to make decisions there. Look at this. You get around him. You got choices. See the kid running from the right hand. Look at the right hand side, the edge of the 18. That person's open, all wide open by himself.
Waste. And in that situation, that's where a Messi or Ronaldo passes the ball there.
That was a bad shot by Harry Kane, actually. Oh, I'm sorry, Mbappe.
Ronaldo's not part of the ball there.
You know what I find funny? When Kane took the penalty against France at the World Cup, Robbie said he kicked the ball all the way back to Tottenham. The penalty, he blasted the penalty so high and wide. Harry Kane normally put those things in the left-hand side, in the corner, and he kicked the ball so far and wide. Crazy.
But Bertram, it's what we forget. Yeah, we just say the word pressure like it's nothing. Pressure can melt some seasoned pros.
Yeah,
in that moment,
does.
you know.
I don't know what Tony's eating, but
I know exactly.
I'm on the plantain. I'm on the plantain chips, bro.
Those plantain chips are in heaven, man. The things are the lick.
hey, 18. A pure reggae food minium, you know. A pure soul food minium. Hey, don't want to come my house. You get everything. You get okra. You get yellow yam.
Plantain chips.
You get yam. You get everything. Get dashin, kalalu, everything when you come my house.
Whoa, challenge. Come on, ref.
Poor pass by Upamecano. Poor pass. 3 minutes to go, and France are in trouble. Started out well, scored first, but they're in trouble.
So, Cranky, my plans to go to New York in September have taken another blast. My cousin in Florida has had a stroke, so we have to go over there. And so, yeah.
New York is off?
Happen. I think so. I'd still like to even do a couple of days because my wife has never been.
Oh, no, you have to come to New York. You have to come. To New York.
I stayed there quite a few times. Brooklyn, where my aunt lives. I can go over and see her. Jamaica Road, Pine Street in Brooklyn. My aunt lives there, but Lisa's never been, man.
No, I gotta bring Lisa over. Come see the good old New York. Do the tourist thing that people normally do.
Check out the Flatbush lifestyle, man.
Go to Harlem. Go to World Trade Center. Do the touristy stuff.
Yeah, I only have family in Brooklyn, but I've been to Queens.
Well, Brooklyn is New York. I mean, people don't realize that Brooklyn is New York.
Yeah.
The rest of the stuff is just add-ons.
Believe.
And in fact, downtown Brooklyn has changed dramatically. Actually, it's looked like Manhattan nowadays.
What?
Yeah,
they've built it up. You can't. I have an apartment down there still, and I could see from where my apartment was, like, see the bridge. Now you can't see anything. Everything is blocked up. All skyscrapers down there.
Bro, I'm a Wembley boy, and when I go into Wembley, I don't even recognize it. It looks like Canary Wharf. It's crazy, and it's just because of the stadium, right? So they've invested everything outwards. There's new flats, buildings, shopping centers. It just looks like Canary Wharf. It's crazy. I don't even recognize Wembley anymore. I remember as a boy growing up and seeing the stadium out of my bedroom window and leaving the window open so I can hear all the cheers, see the floodlights and everything, man. That's how I grew up. That was like magic.
What's it like where the Nets stadium is? Because I haven't been back since, Bertrand.
The Nets?
Yeah.
I used to live right across from the Nets, you know.
Oh,
right. That's where
I live right across the street from. I used to live there. I moved, but I used to live right across the street. No, it's not. It's downtown Brooklyn. It's really nice. They've fixed up the entire area.
Wow.
Regentrified the entire area. Yeah, no, it's nice down there. And they use that facility for a number of different things. And the WNBA uses it. College basketball, Nets. Yeah, they have a lot of reggae concerts. A lot of concerts, reggae, R&B. A lot of concerts. Yeah, it's a nice facility.
So Julie Salazar is the girl who's in charge there. She's a senator, right?
For who?
For Brooklyn.
No, they have a lot of different. When you say they have a lot of different. Oh, that's a foul, referee. A lot of different state senators in the state. So I'm not sure who's downtown. Jeffries, who is the leading
Hakeem.
Democrat in Congress.
Hakeem,
That's his area. Hakeem is downtown Brooklyn. Yeah.
Right, because this it's done on districts there. That's how they work the House.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Hakeem is a pretty popular congressman. I'm sure he'll run for senator at some point when the senator resigns or retires.
Wow.
5 minutes extra time. We're 1 minute in. And France is struggling. They're going to lose. So we're going to have a Spain, Netherlands, England final. Either England or Netherlands should be. England can make the final. They can beat Netherlands.
Yeah, Cam. It's because I've got all my investments there. I make it a point of choice to know what's going on in the money in a country where
he knows about state senators. That's like extreme. These are not federal roles. These are state roles. I know a little bit about labor, but not enough to talk that deep about labor.
Yeah, I know. There's very few things that I don't know about the Senate and House and governors and stuff like that, man. That's a daily for me. That's a daily, man.
So we're almost at the end of this game. We have 2 minutes remaining, and as you can see, France is struggling. Spain is keeping the ball.
2-1. 2-1 was
foul the player. France, they have to take a free kick. Foul the player. Don't run beside him. Foul them. Stop the ball.
It was IMAX. It also agreed with me when he said 2-1, so he got that right as well. Good call.
Yeah, he did get it right.
Yeah.
Game is not over though. We still have 3 minutes left, and Mbappe can still wake up. He's been sleeping for the entire tournament.
I mean, Spain, right? So they're gonna win this whole thing, right?
England's gonna win. England's gonna win it.
It's strange because when you think about
it looked like they're gonna win it.
It was Germany and England who were the favorites, right?
Yeah.
And it's just completely transformed on its head.
So you notice that Spain kept on both their wingers for the entire game. Right? Keep the speed wide.
I had to keep the pace, didn't it?
Yeah. Arsenal fans, good news is Saliba will be coming home soon. Arteta will give him his 14 days.
He'll come home in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, he's going home. You got 2 more minutes to go home. Or they're finally taking off.
14 days.
Yamal is coming off. And Williams. Take off both their wingers. So they're locking up shop. And they're bringing on Ferran Torres. So I want to get you guys' opinion. Do you guys rate Ferran Torres?
No, I don't.
I don't even rate him a little bit. I know how he gets into the Spanish squad. And he gets to Barcelona. He gets to City. What do they see in him to have him play these top clubs? I just think he's a regular player.
Ballhead TV says, why was England the favourites? They have never won it before. No, because it's done on seeds. All right, it's done on your ranking and seeds, and that's how it all works. But we know when it comes down to the pressure,
No, they're the favorites of the English bookmakers, not the rest of Europe. Not the rest of Europe.
Yeah, this
And
is
also, also the way they qualified as well. They lost in the final last time, so they should really be up there. But they've just been playing pool.
Yeah.
I think France has been hurt by Mbappe. Mbappe normally carries France, and it shows you how much they rely upon him.
Emerson says, what's your views of my cousin's move to Brighton? So, Mario Cozier-Dubry, look, when you look at other players and see how they've left Arsenal and they've done well.
Oh, he went to Brighton?
He went to Brighton, yeah. Look, when you look at the players that they have, he's going to do really well. He's a technical player. He's got all the attributes that they're looking for, and he's gonna do really well in that system. I think
he's Saka-like, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's still a development player. Just remember that he's still a development player.
Yeah. I mean,
I think the opportunities. I think it's a good opportunity for him. I think he's taking it. I think we're missing out. I would have liked him to come through.
I agree.
Definitely at Arsenal, but
have we had any player in the academy in the last 10 years who have gone on to do really well when they left us? I know Omar just went to Ipswich and he got bought for 20-something million. He went to Chelsea and went to Ipswich.
It will be.
Have we had anyone? Huh?
Willock?
It will be.
Willock has done well. Yeah, but Willock was sold for money, right? Some academy player was just let go for like nothing.
It won't be was sold for more money. It will be was sold for.
Yes, he will be was sold for. Yes, he was sold for much more money.
What about
30-something million, right?
What about Akpom? He did all right when at Middlesbrough.
Oh, Akpom is killing it, bro.
Yeah, Akpom did well.
Well, Akpom took a while to do well, though.
Yeah,
he went championship for a long while. Then he's in ways now in Greece or Netherlands.
Somewhere
Game
overseas.
over. Game is over. IMAX and Apollo were correct. I was wrong. I picked France 2-1 because I don't like picking favorites. And even though I'm a big Spain proponent, as many of you know, I like their style of football. I think that's what people should adapt. They want to do well in today's football because when you keep the ball, it's a good thing. So Spain gonna play England on Saturday. Is it Saturday?
Sunday?
I think it's
Is it Sunday? Sunday?
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Spain's gonna play England.
Let me change this.
And by the way, people, we're coming back to, I don't know if Apollo and Vince gonna be sleeping. We're coming back at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to watch the Argentina versus Canada game. So we're gonna drop another thumbnail for that game, actually. So it should be fun. It won't. The football. This wasn't a scintillating game. It was an okay game.
Akpom's gone to Ajax.
Yeah, he went to Netherlands. He was in Greece, I think, right?
Yeah, that's
great.
right.
Yeah. Wow.
So IMAX saying it's Netherlands versus Spain final. Wow. So IMAX, you're getting carried away because you just had one prediction that was right. I think England's gonna beat Netherlands. I just don't see Netherlands. I don't see Netherlands as a great team. I think they're an okay team.
I
don't see them having a midfield.
Yeah, and I think their defense struggles as well.
They have good defender. They have good players, not necessarily the best defenders, right? They're right on the back of good players.
Let's not mix our words here. Don't forget, Frimpong
ain't played anyone.
Frimpong is world class. Yeah,
he's on the bench.
No, he's starting tomorrow.
Well, he may start tomorrow, but he's been on the bench for the last 2 games.
Yeah, I think he's world class. And then
Dumfries is the one. Dumfries plays, right?
Dumfries over Frimpong. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean they beat Romania. They lost against Austria. They drew it against France. I don't think they played anybody. They were lucky against Turkey. I thought Turkey were going to roll that game, and they scored 2 great goals. Holland. I don't think they've played anybody, if I'm honest.
Right.
I don't think
England has been much better, though, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
England got the gods looked down against Slovakia. Seriously. Right? Slovakia is not the best team. But England has players who haven't played up to their potential, just like France hasn't played to their potential in this tournament.
IMAX says they call me the prediction king.
I know he's going to say that. By the way, IMAX has his own channel now. Does really well, actually. He has 2 channels, actually.
Oh, we might have to link up with him.
WeMax and IMAX Football. Yeah, he has a lot of subscribers.
Nice.
Yeah. He's based in Belgium.
Nice,
Jamaican in Belgium. I'm not sure how that works, but anyway. He's a yard in Belgium.
Bro, I'm fighting hard to hit the 10,000 subscribers right now.
Nah, he's past that on both his channels, I think.
It's a slog, man.
You gotta go and market. You gotta market the channel. You gotta market the channel. I'm learning how to do this. I'm still a baby in this whole space, but
right, gentlemen, I'm gonna have to love you and leave you because I have the boxing podcast starting in 3 minutes.
Oh,
that's cool. We're not hanging around because we're not doing player ratings. We just really sum it up, really. So for me, guys, the game pretty much went as I expected it to. Wonderful goals from Yamal and Olmo. I think that France, they had chances to pressure them, but they really didn't have a plan. And when you look at Spain, I think Spain were in second gear in this game. They played counter attack, so they sat back, they let the game come to them, and it was easy for them, if I'm honest. France didn't really trouble them as much. You think about it, 9 shots, 3 on target, touches in the box, 29. But what did they do with it? Did they really work the goalkeeper as much as they should have? No, not really. And Spain, only 6 shots and 2 on target, just 12 touches in the box. It's like it was a practice session for them. So it went exactly how I thought it was going to go. Cranky, what's your thoughts?
Look, I think Spain is a very good team. They've been the best team in the tournament. The way they play, the way they put pressure on the opposition. But I'd agree with you. I think France, almost like they lack direction throughout this entire tournament. As we've all talked about, they really didn't really score any goal from open play until today, frankly.
Yeah.
So that tells you something about their game. We've all talked about this. Sometimes when you don't have something, you miss it. They lack creativity in their midfield. That's what Pogba provided to them. Right? And when Pogba played for France, he played both defense and offense, even though he's always more offensive minded. They have lost that. They're not the same France. They have to improve their midfield. And Mbappe didn't turn up in this tournament. Now, we know he got injured, but he was a shell of himself.
Yeah.
And Dembele keep on making bad decisions. Even though I rate him as a player, bad decision. When he gets to the byline, doesn't make the right decision most times. Their defense was good. Their defense kept them in the tournament. Saliba, Upamecano, brilliant center halves. Even though I think Opa sometimes is a little bit overrated, to be honest. He makes errors, but Saliba is showing that he's Van Dijk-like, even almost past Van Dijk. There's dispute about whether he or Van Dijk are the best center halves in the world. But no, Spain as a team, which is interesting. They have a team, and apart from Rodri and maybe 2 wingers, you can't name a lot of Spain players on how great they are. But they play for some of the better teams. But it's Leverkusen or other teams, and they're playing up to their ability, and their ability to keep the ball differentiates them. When you're chasing the ball in football, it's not a good thing, and they make you chase them.
And I think that we saw.
By the way, once again, they don't have a great center forward.
Yeah. But we saw the signs 4 years ago when they were the youngest team in the league. Mind you, they're still the youngest team in this tournament. But everybody said, wow, imagine what this Spain team can do in the next 4 years. Imagine what they can do in the World Cup because they're ultra young. And you're seeing the results of all of that. They've just groomed these young kids. They've groomed them, and they're cooking right now. They're cooking.
And there's no Pedri and there's no Gavi, people. 2 brilliant players in this team. Pedri got injured last game, taken out by Gross early, and Gavi's been injured. And he's brilliant players, brilliant young players. And midfield is where football has been controlled nowadays. If you control the midfield, you have a good chance to win. And Spain have brilliant midfielders.
Yeah, Vincey, what's your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, well, I think you both covered it quite well. I mean, teams do well when you've got a spine. And you look at this French team and their spine is missing in the midfield and missing in attack. And it's been exploited by a well-oiled unit system and talented players on Spain today. I've always said when you play playground football against a system, if you don't take your chances with that playground energy, you're just going to get embarrassed. And, you look at the 90 minutes and Spain it was quite easy in the way how Spain were able to get back into the game and dominate in that passage of play, and then for the rest of the game manage it well. And although France had their opportunities, it was rash opportunities because they lack the structure and composure. And I think that's something that England and Holland will have to really be on their game against, because Spain have showed all tournament that they have the players, the system to perform for the 90 minutes and beyond. So, yeah, it was a good game to watch. Shame to see France play the way they played with so many players off. And I just think France need to make a decision now regarding Deschamps as to, he's done well as a coach for them. And, maybe it's time to move on, because they still have some good youngsters, and allow another manager the opportunity to take them to the next level.
Oh, Emerson said, Apollo, are you coming on Saturday? As I know Gary will not be there. I'm going to have to let you know that, because I think I might have an arrangement with my wife. I'm going to have to let you know that. I've been delaying my son's 21st birthday party for a while now because of the weather. And so if my son has his 21st, then I probably won't be coming. But I'll let you know. Keep me close in terms of the information, and I'll try to make it. Yardi says, tough pill to swallow for Gabby and Saliba. Looks like accolades missing them at a young age. Future bridesmaids.
Yeah, it must be anti Arsenal. I'll say this actually. Saliba will win trophies. Trust me. With Arsenal too.
Yeah.
I try to just have to focus on some of these trophies and just trying to win everything.
True. All right, guys, we're not going to keep you too long. Cranky, thanks for joining us. It looked like it worked well streaming on both of the channels. Yep. So we'll definitely have to look into that. We might even be back tomorrow in the England game. We'll see what.
We should do the England game. I'm gonna stream on my channel for the Copa game, but we should do the England game.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's work that out for tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Vincey, thanks a lot. Hopefully you can join us too as well, Vincey. And then we'll see you then, guys.
Maybe second half tomorrow.
Excellent, bro.
I'll check you out more often, Cranky. Take it easy, bro. Good to see you.
All right, take care.
Enjoy the rest of the evening, guys, and we catch up with you later. Peace, man. Nice.
Take care, guys. Bless up.
Nice one, Vincey. Nice one.